Listen closely, because what I'm about to say might not match the story you've been told about yourself. There are really two ways people move through this world. Some drag their feet, weighed down by doubt, always waiting for permission to live. Others, sometimes the quietest in the room, decide they will not be broken. They rise when it would be easier to quit. They walk forward even when the ground feels like it's shaking. What makes the difference? Not luck, not grades, not where you were born. The difference is attitude, the way you choose to see yourself when no one is watching. And let's be clear, I'm not talking about fake smiles and good vibes only. I'm talking about a mental power that refuses to bow down to fear. An attitude that says, I decide who I am. Not the world, not my past. Me. Owning your mind. Here's the truth. Your mind is never neutral. It's always under the influence of something: fear, comparison, social media noise, or faith, purpose, and gratitude. If you don't take charge of it, the world will. And the world is more than happy to sell you a story where you never feel enough. But here's your hidden advantage. Your mental attitude is the one thing you truly control. No matter what has happened, no matter how people have labeled you, your thoughts are yours. Protect them, train them, own them. Because what you believe, you become. What you focus on grows. What you say to yourself in private eventually shows up in public. Purpose is power. Maybe you've tried to stay positive, but life keeps swinging back. The question is, what's fueling you? You can't build unshakable confidence around a vague, I just want to be happy. You need a purpose, a vision so alive inside you that even setbacks can't smother it. Without that, you drift. And when you drift, life decides for you. Purpose doesn't mean you have everything figured out at 18, 20, or 25. It means you choose a direction, something you care about enough to work for, enough to suffer for, enough to be misunderstood for. When you find that, you become harder to break. Guarding against invaders. Let's talk about negative thoughts. They aren't just visitors, they're invaders. If you let them linger, they'll rearrange your whole house. So do your own mental housekeeping. Catch yourself when your inner voice starts whispering, I can't, I'm not enough, I'll never make it. Stop it the way you'd slam the door on a stranger trying to get in. Replace it with truth. I am not here by accident. I am not weak. I am made of the same strength that built mountains and carries oceans. You weren't born pessimistic. You were conditioned, and what's been learned can be unlearned. Discipline over comfort. Here's where most people tap out: discipline. Everyone loves the idea of success until they realize it's built on habits, not hype. You can't control your emotions if you don't control your routines. You can't carry a positive attitude while feeding yourself negative rituals. Every time you choose to read instead of doom scroll, to create instead of complain, you grow stronger. Every time you let comfort win, your future shrinks a little. Discipline is the bridge between the life you imagine and the life you actually live. Redefining adversity. Here's a secret. Every hardship carries the seed of something greater. Every breakup, every rejection, every failure, each one hides a lesson that can raise you higher if you let it. Think back. The moments that truly shaped you weren't the easy ones. They were the storms, the nights you had to decide whether to sink or rise. Start seeing pain as preparation, delays as protection, and setbacks as redirection. When you think like that, life can bruise you, but it can't break you. Environment matters. But be careful, because attitude isn't just about you. Who and what you surround yourself with matters. Toxic people, toxic feeds, toxic spaces, they infect your mind. Spend all your time in darkness and don't be surprised if your own light dims. Instead, build an environment that feeds your fire. Choose friends who speak life, mentors who challenge you, content that lifts you, because the voices you let in shape the voice you use on yourself. The decision. And here's the final truth. You don't need permission to claim this power. Not from parents, not from society, not from anyone. You need one thing, a decision. A decision to lead your mind instead of being led. A decision to say, I will not rent my attitude to circumstance. I own it, I protect it, I lead it. Once you choose that, you're already halfway to greatness. So remember this, your attitude is the hinge on which your future swings. It decides whether failure becomes your finish line or your fuel. It decides whether pain becomes your prison or your teacher. It decides whether you shrink or rise. You are not here by accident. You were built for impact. And when you choose to guard your mind, discipline your habits, and anchor yourself in purpose, you become unstoppable. Say it until you believe it. I am unshakable. I am unstoppable. I am unbreakable. And so it is.